Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Backyard Buckets, and it is time for another mock draft. This is mock draft 2.0 on the channel. If you've been keeping up, it's changed a lot since 1.0, and I figured New Year's was the perfect time. We're heading into conference play. We've got all the preseason tournaments out of the way, and we've got kind of a more clearer picture now than we did at the beginning of the season as to who is like the number one pick and all that type of stuff. So we're going to go ahead and get started here with Detroit Pistons, and I have them taking right now my clear number one prospect in Paolo Banchero, about 6'10", does a little bit of everything for Coach K at Duke. He can shoot the three, he can get to the rim whenever he wants. He's a stud. I feel like he took over the number one position on draft boards from Chet Holmgren when they played them in that preseason match, or not preseason, but pre-conference season matchup, and he really hasn't let go. Jabari Smith has made a strong push for number one. Chet Holmgren, he's kind of fallen a little bit, so I felt like Paulo to the Pistons here, teaming up with Cade Cunningham and Jeremy Grant. Of course, you got Isaiah Stewart there, Sadiq Bey. That's an interesting young team that Detroit will end up with. Now here at number two, Oklahoma City finally starts to cash in on some of their future draft picks. They have an insane amount. But I'm going to have them going here with the best player available, and that is Jabari Smith Jr. The freshman at Auburn has been a beast so far this year. He's about 6'11", moves very well, can shoot the ball a little bit as well. A prototypical NBA big these days. This is the year of the big. We got three bigs going. 1, 2, 3, no guards. That's crazy. Usually it's guard-oriented, guard-dominated at the college level, but this year we've got bigs that move like guards that are dominating it. So I've got Jabari Smith Jr. there going to the Oklahoma City Thunder. At number 3, we have the Orlando Magic, and this is where I have Chet Holmgren going. I feel like Banchero, Jabari Smith, and Chet Holmgren, that's the certified, bona fide number top 3 right now. But I mean, there's a number of different ways they can go. However, I feel like Paulo is number 1, and then you got Jabari Smith at number 2. I kind of just went best player available for the top 3 teams because really they're all 3 young rebuilding teams. So Chet Holmgren falls to number 3, and that is going to be Orlando. Number 4 here is Houston, and I have them taking Jaden Ivey. Kevin Porter Jr. hasn't been the best so far this year, so we'll just give him another scoring guard, combo guard. Jalen Green hadn't been the greatest either, and of course you can slide Jalen Green down to the 3, or put Jaden Ivey really at the 3, although that probably wouldn't work out that well. But Jaden Ivey has been very good so far this year, especially from 3. He has been insane, lights out from 3. He's shooting like 46% from 3 right now. That's crazy. He's catapulted himself up into the top 5, and I've got him going at 4 to the Rockets. Here at 5 to the New Orleans Pelicans. It's kind of sad to see them picking in the top 5 again. Maybe they'll go up a little bit once Zion gets back, but I have them taking Jaden Hardy to be their number 1 option there in the backcourt. They got Devontae Graham and Nickeil Alexander-Walker right now. Neither one of them are, elite scorers. I mean, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, he's getting there. But Jaden Hardy could come in and from day one be an absolute beast in the NBA. Of course, I believe he's playing in the G League Ignite right now. So he's fallen a bit from the first one, but I still have him going in the top 5 to the Pelicans. Now the Knicks here at number 6, they have gotten a little bit better in terms of ranking-wise since I made this. But I have him going Jalen Duren here. He really is the best player on the board at this point. Another big. So 4 of the top 6 picks are going to be bigs here. And we got Jalen Duren going to the Knicks. And I feel like he's just the best player available. And you can never go wrong with Jalen. The man's a man-child. Memphis not having the greatest season so far, but Jalen Duren has been one of the lone bright spots. The Spurs at 7, I have them going with the best wing available. Of course, they got all the young guards. They got a couple of decent-looking center options with Jock Landale looking pretty decent as of late. You also got, of course, Jakob Poeltl. So they got a couple of decent-looking center options. So we're going to go ahead and have them take Patrick Baldwin Jr. He's at Milwaukee right now, so he's not facing the best competition, but he's still putting up pretty good numbers. Ultra smooth, 6'8", kind of score. a little bit of everywhere, do a little bit of everything. So, yeah, I have him going at 7 to the Spurs. At 8, I have the Kings selecting Kendall Brown. Looked on the board, who's the best defender left? And I got Kendall Brown from Baylor going to the Kings. The Kings just need all kinds of defense. And Kendall Brown, teaming back, well, I guess he never was on the same team as Davion Mitchell. But you got 2 Baylor lockdowns on your team now to help out defensively. So hopefully that can help the defense out, because I believe the Hornets are the only team worse defensively than the Kings. The Wizards, they're at 9. I have them taking Benedict Mathurin, I believe is how you pronounce it, out of Arizona. Arizona have been one of the bigger surprises this year in college basketball, and Benedict has been a big reason why. I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce his name, or his last name the correct way, but he's averaging close to 17 points per game, playing really, really good defense. So the Wizards could use a little bit of both, to be honest. And maybe he's the successor to Bradley Beal. Maybe Bradley Beal's finally had enough. Here at 10, we have the Portland Trail Blazers, and I'm going to have them taking Keegan Murray. Keegan Murray has been one of the higher risers this year in the draft. They've got, of course, Dame and CJ. They got Norman Powell, and then they got Nurkic. But I feel like they could use a 4 for sure. They can do a little bit of everything. Keegan Murray is definitely that guy. Scores the ball at will. So that's who I have the Blazers taking there. 10, 11, Indiana. We could very well see Indiana way higher up in this draft. But right now, we're going to have them sticking at 11 because they haven't made any blockbuster trades. But I'm going to have them take Caleb Houston, kind of to maybe be the successor to TJ Warren. Now I know Michigan has been horrible to start the year so far, but getting Caleb Houston, he's still putting up about 10 points per game on 37% shooting from 3. So getting him to be, that wing off the bench, and he can definitely develop into a big-time player for Indiana. He's got a lot of star potential. And then at 12, we have the Hawks, and I'm going to have them take a foreign wing by the name of Nikola Jovic. I believe is how you pronounce it. Jovic? Not Nikola Jokic, Nikola Jovic. I don't know how to say it, but they breed these dudes over there. About 6'10", but he's listed as a small forward according to Google. Can do a little bit of everything, shoot it, pass it. Big guard, basically. And then at 13, we have the Toronto Raptors, and I'm going to have them take the best scorer available. Now, I know they could probably use some defense, but Johnny Davis for Wisconsin has been one of the bigger surprises. He's getting a bunch of points over there for the Badgers. And like I said, been one of the bigger surprises so far on the year. So I have him going to Toronto there at the back half of the lottery. Just really, really good score. 14, the final pick of this mock draft 2.0. Again, we really don't know all that much about these guys. We're getting a better understanding than we had at the beginning of the year, but not too much research has been done at this point. But I have the Celtics going with Gene Montero out of the Overtime Elite League. Apparently he's a 6'4", very good passer, can score pretty well. And Boston, they got Dennis Schroeder, but maybe they could be needing a new point guard in the future. So that's who I have them taking at the end of the lottery here. With that being said, that's going to be it for today's video. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Of course, haven't done the most scouting possible at this point, so let me know your thoughts, who you think should go where. And with that being said, thank you so much for watching today's video. Make sure to like button and subscribe. And yeah, like I said, thank you so much for watching today's video.